Shifuyu Kotobuki is the CEO of the company I work for. She's the same age as me. She started her own company and has succeeded at a young age. Moreover, she's so beautiful that she has been featured on TV before. I've heard that the CEO hasn't got married yet, but she's just too good for me.
You guys, don't waste time and do your work. I'm sorry.
She's strict on others as well as herself. She comes to the office earlier than anyone and leaves later than anyone. A lot of people who work in her company respect and look up to her. Toru Fujisawa is one of those people. And I, who is just an employee, am on a matching date with her, the CEO. It's fine today.
It seems cloudy today though.
CEO, blue sky always exists beyond the clouds. She seems at loss at what I'm saying. Honestly, I don't know what I'm saying either. Why is this happening? I have to go back a few days. Please go to a matchmaking in place of me. My best friend suddenly asked me such a thing. Okay. Huh? Just like that? I just have to go in place of you and say no to her, right? Leave it to me. Aren't you gonna ask me why? Huh? You're my best friend. I won't say no no matter what the reason is. Toru, then can you lend me some money? I lost so much on a horse race the other day. I made sure that my best friend couldn't sit on a toilet for the rest of his life after that. But anyway, that's the reason why I'm on a matchmaking date with the CEO.
You're Toru Kotobuki, right?
No. Naturally, she knew that I wasn't my best friend. I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Just like that, she forgave me. Well, so you actually come to a matchmaking.
You didn't think I would?
Well, you seem not interested in marriage. I thought you only cared about your work.
My parents are nagging me to get married.
Oh, I understand. My parents are always telling me that they want to see a grandchild. I guess all parents are like that.
You don't want to get married, Fujisawa-san?
I do want to. I want to get married to a beautiful and wealthy woman and become a house husband.
Oh, so you want to be a catman?
But the reality isn't that easy, so I have no choice but to work.
I can make it come true.
Huh?
Nothing.
Huh? So, where do you wash yourself first when you take a bath?
My feet.
That's rare.
What was that about?
I thought it would be better to act as if we're on a real matchmaking, so I thought of a question that they usually ask.
Generally speaking, that kind of questions should be for someone more intimate. It was okay because it was me that you asked, but most people would get appalled.
She scolded me in a coherent way. Well, I didn't expect you to answer honestly.
I did. By the way, my BHW measurements are 84, 59, and 88 centimeters.
Wow. Why did you tell me that? I didn't ask you.
I don't know. I just did.
That's a leak of your personal information.
By the way, my account balance is 1 billion yen.
Wow.
My total assets are much more.
She's a celebrity.
And objectively speaking, I think I'm pretty.
There's no doubt about that.
I'm wealthy and pretty.
Yes?
It's easy for me to look after a person.
Yeah, I guess. What does she mean? This is getting too frank, so let's talk about something different.
Okay.
When was your first love?
When I was in high school, it was a boy in my class.
He must have been very lucky. Did you guys go out at once?
No, the boy had no interest in me.
He's so stupid. He could have been a billionaire if he went out with you.
Yeah, I think so too.
What? Why is she looking at me as if she's astounded? I wonder why.
Can I ask you a question too?
Oh yes, please.
What's your type, Fujisawa-san?
As I've told you before, I like rich and beautiful women.
I am rich and beautiful.
Yes?
What do you think?
Wow.
You sound like an elementary kid.
I don't know why, but she seemed to get upset and looked away. I was surprised to see her like that. I thought she was kind of a person who wouldn't show her emotions much.
Would you like to go on a date on the next weekend?
So we decided to go on a date. This is strange. I thought I was gonna say no to the matchmaking in place of my best friend. And somehow, I'm going on a date with you.
A matchmaking is getting someone introduced to marriage in your mind in the first place, so it won't be a problem as long as we hit it off.
You're talking too fast. She was talking too fast that I couldn't understand what she was saying.
Have you been on a date with a girl before?
I guess I should comment on your clothes and stuff, right? You look great.
I see. You've got no experience. By the way, it's the same with me. And naturally, I've never had any experiences with men.
Same here, CEO.
Stop calling me CEO. We're not at work now. We're on a date. And you should stop talking formally as well.
You talk formally as well, Kotobuki.
You're fast to adapt. Don't you get any hesitation?
No.
I see. Well, I'm fine. This is who I am. And call me by my first name.
So, where do you want to go, Chifuyu?
You really don't hesitate, do you?
Huh?
Where do you want to go, Fujisawa-san?
Did you just try to call me by my first name?
No, I didn't.
Yes, you were halfway and...
I tried to say that I wanted to go somewhere far away. I certainly wasn't embarrassed to call you by your first name.
Somewhere far away? Like a short trip? But we can't go without any plans.
I agree. Let's not then.
Then how about watching a movie? There's interesting one on the show now.
A movie? I haven't seen many.
Then why don't we go? When the movie got to the climax scene, Chifuyu started crying her eyes out. She doesn't let others see her emotions much, so I thought she was very tough, but...
I feel so sorry for Sarubedo-san. He works so hard to make love comedy famous.
She might be much more emotional than I'd expected. How did you like the movie?
It was okay.
You cried so much though.
That's why. Why did it have to end in such a sad way? It could have ended more happily. I want to make a complaint to its production company.
You're such a huge complainer. Back on topic. Let's eat lunch. Do you want to eat something in particular?
You decide.
Then how about McDonald's? But you don't want to eat McDonald's on your date, do you?
No, it's fine. Let's go.
What?
So this is McDonald's.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, I'm afraid so. So will you tell me how I should eat here?
She sounded so naive. You should open your mouth wide and take a big bite of your hamburger.
I see. It's a little embarrassing, but if it's the manner, then here I go.
I was actually lying. You got sauce on the side of your lip.
Jeez, you act like a kid.
Chifuyu got really astounded. After enjoying window shopping, we were about to go home.
Are you interested in marrying me?
Chifuyu suddenly asked me. Hi. I? With you? Why are you suddenly asking me?
It's not sudden. We had a matchmaking and went on a date. I think it's natural that I ask this.
But I'm not the one who you were supposed to meet at the matchmaking.
That's true, but... Okay, I'll be straight with you. I want to be with you, Fujisawa-san.
What? Does that mean you want to marry me?
Yes.
Oh. But why? I'm just a regular employee and we have nothing in common.
We do have something in common. You're my first love.
What?
The first time you spoke to me was in a library with no one else around.
You're always reading books, Kuzunoki.
It was before my parents got divorced, so my last name was different. And I was very low-key looking then, so I don't think you'd notice me at a glance.
I only read manga, but you can read such difficult books.
But I noticed you at once. You looked a bit older than before, but your voice was still gentle. I used to be low-key with no charm, and I wasn't good at talking. I couldn't show my feelings to others, so no one wanted to be with me, and I was always alone.
Chifuyu Kuzunoki. Come to think of it, she does have a resemblance. She looks much mature now, but she smelled the same. Your shampoo, you're using the same one as before.
That's a weird thing to say, and I'm using much more expensive shampoo now.
I guess the smell part was just my imagination.
To me back then, you were a weirdo. You spoke to me, but you always left before I could say something back. I didn't want to have anything to do with you that much.
That's mean.
But I noticed that I was always at the same place at the same time, waiting for you to speak to me. That was when I realized that I was attracted to you.
What was that you were attracted to? I didn't hear anything good about myself in your story.
It was fun being with you. Because of that, I realized how lonely it was to be alone. And I started wondering when I would get to see you again.
Oh, then the boy in your class who had no interest in you was...
It was you, Fujisawa-san.
So I was making fun of myself.
I noticed it was you right after you entered my company. I was looking for a chance to speak to you, but you were more competent than I'd expected, and you always went home on time, so I had no choice.
That's good, isn't it? Why didn't you speak to me during office hours?
I'm busy during office hours.
Yeah, you're the CEO.
Anyway, I thought of a way, but I happened to meet your acquaintance on business, so I asked him to set us up.
What? Then it was all a setup?
I'm sorry that I've tricked you into this.
I don't mind at all. But it was just as I thought.
Just as you thought? What do you mean?
Well, I thought you might like me. I kind of
What?
When I told you that I want to be a kept man for a rich and beautiful woman at the matchmaking, you started emphasizing how rich and beautiful you were.
So you knew it then? I thought you were very dull.
Generally speaking, you don't expect the CEO of the company you work for to fall in love with you, a regular employee. So I thought there must be some kind of hidden agenda or that it must be my misunderstanding, and I just played along pretending to be dull.
Really? Then I should have been straight with you from the beginning. I didn't have time to go through all this. I made the same mistake as in the past.
The same mistake?
Yes. I was afraid to tell you how I felt about you. And before I knew, we graduated and went to our own ways.
I see.
Well, so... what's your answer?
Oh,
You can be a catman if you marry me, you know.
What?
And I'm beautiful.
What?
And, you can do whatever you want with me.
That was just something I said. It wasn't true.
What?
Tell you the truth, I'm not looking for a rich and beautiful woman, and I certainly don't want to be a kept man.
Is that so?
I like my job.
I see. Then I'm not good enough for you, am I?
Well, honestly, I've got attracted to you through this date.
What?
You look mature but can be very immature. You can be indifferent but you cry your eyes out at the movie. I'm attracted to you.
Then...
But I'm not sure about marriage yet, so... Do you want to go out first?
With marriage in our minds?
Yeah, I guess, if you like, of course.
Of course. As long as I can be with you.
Just like that, I started going out with Chifuyu Kotobuki, the CEO. Bonus! I was invited to Chifuyu's house.
This is my house.
What a big house.
This is my room.
It's a canopy bed, wow.
And this is your room.
I have no plan to move in though.
We will when we get married.
I see. Is it?
And this is our bedroom.
Whose bedroom?
You and I.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
And there is a kid's room as well.
How much have you prepared?
I've thought of 10 names for our children.
We'll have a big family.
Let's make a happy family.
I'm not sure I can make all that come true.